beginning, I think, I started to collect records when I was in the 50s. Not when I was in the 50s, but when it was 1950 something. And I think the first record I bought was one of Elvis's records. It was Heartbreak Hotel and Hound Dog, and also I used to I'd Rock Around the Clock with Bill Haley. That might have been the first one actually. That was quite early on, and I just liked the the backbeat, because there was nothing else like it, and it came in, and it was it was lively music. It wasn't like other stuff you listen to on music while you work. It was just one of the radio programs at the time, and it was like the young people's music, and so that got me listening to music. But after that, I think it was actually got me playing was Lonnie Donegan. The skiffle era came, and even some of the jazz bands had a skiffle band, and all these kids used to suddenly form these skiffle bands all over the place, one of which I was in.
Take my exams and pass the
Yeah, well, older people, yeah, because they're more older musicians, and because I went to lessons after I played for about 3 years, and they, he didn't advise it because he had a day job, but he was a jazz musician, and it wasn't. He said it's precarious and not, unless you're very lucky, it's not gonna. But he didn't realise it's, it was a new era, and it was different in his day. He liked jazz and big band stuff, but they didn't sort of think of rock and roll as going to be around very long. The word I'd use for the Kinks, is, if it's just got to be one word, is awesome.
There's one thing you gotta do to make me still want you.
I think we enjoyed the making of Arthur, because John Dalton had freshly joined the band, and it was all going quite well at the time, and we were all mucked in together on that, and it was, we were all present all the time in the studio, and we used to have a laugh as well. It wasn't just all work, and so I enjoyed making that, and there's some nice songs on that. Victoria is probably one of my favourite from that album. Well, it was. You really got me. It wasn't probably written by Ray the way it turned out eventually, but because Dave was working on this guitar sound, and he's punctured this preamp that he had, and well, he had a little green amp, but he plugged it into a bigger amp and punctured the speakers with knitting needles, and it came out with this sort of the sound that he used for You Really Got Me, and because of that it toughened it up and it made it a much stronger song, stronger in the riff sense and the playing sense, and so it was quite a hard, because Dave played fairly loud for those times, and with the sound everyone thought, well, that's different, and it set a trend, and it led on to sort of people playing heavier. So.
Dandy,
Well,
dandy.
the music business is very different now. I mean, there's so many people at it. I mean, it's not the same as it was when we started. So, it would be hard for me to give them advice that would be useful to them now. But certainly in our day, you had to cut your teeth on gigs, and and then go into the business, and try and get a deal. But it's not like that. You get the deal first and learn to play afterwards.